football. It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so there's a lot of, aftermath and things that have occurred since Ryan Garcia got knocked out by Gervonta Davis. And one of the things I wanted to discuss was some comments that were transcribed from a recent interview that Ryan Garcia's father did with, I think it was Fight Hub or Little Giant Boxing. I can't remember, but I'll leave the article for you guys in the description from Boxing Scene so you can read it for yourself. But basically, Ryan Garcia, he's mulling over his options. As he stated, he hasn't decided what he's going to do with his career. There's a lot to think about in Ryan Garcia's career as far as what he wants to do, because Oscar didn't show up to his press conference, but then when Victor Morales knocked out Oscar's cousin Diego De La Hoya, Oscar showed up to Victor Morales' press conference. So he not only did he not show up at Ryan's press conference, but he showed up for Victor Morales' press conference when his cousin got knocked out by him. So kind of weird behavior from Oscar. I like Oscar, but I'm being honest, right? But his dad stated that the only way they're going to do the Gervonta Davis fight ever again. Because listen, one thing about boxing and about life is that they say money talks and bullshit walks. The fight did the 5th highest gate ever in the history of Las Vegas, which is no small accomplishment. They're saying that it did over 1 million pay-per-view buys. It was a box office success. So both fighters have real value as far as ticket sales and fan bases and what they can generate in the sport, which not many fighters can claim in America. Just being honest, that's just a stone cold truth. That's just how it is. So it's not far-fetched, regardless of how you think the fight played out, with Ryan getting knocked out and you not wanting to see it again. Regardless of what you think, if Ryan Garcia gets a couple wins, so let's just say he goes to 140, he gets a couple of wins, maybe he wins a belt, maybe a vacant belt, who knows, If he gets a couple of decent wins at 140 and shows any sort of growth and maturity as a fighter, this fight will happen again. No doubt about it in my mind whatsoever, right? So, with that being said, and with that being established here on True School Sports, Henry Garcia was very clear that if the fight ever happens again, they will not do it with any sort of rehydration clauses or stipulations or basically any of the things they had to go through in this fight, because they had to give up a lot to get this fight made. 136-pound catch weight, the rehydration clause or whatever. It was a long, arduous negotiation, but Ryan really wanted the fight. I think Ryan was probably maybe a little too anxious to make the fight, and maybe the promotions and Tank and their team, they did their due diligence, and they used Ryan Garcia's anxiousness against him out the ring and in the ring, and it cost him. So this is a learning lesson for Ryan Garcia to not be so quick to chase that instant gratification of wanting to be in a big fight. He wasn't all the way ready. He's still a talented fighter. He can still come back. He's still, a great ambassador for the sport of boxing. But yeah, they're not going to do this fight again until it's until Ryan gets back on track and until things are right, because a lot went into this negotiation. Now, what I will say is, just because I'm making this video for a future reference, if Ryan does get into a position where he can get this fight again, I just hope that his team and Lupe Valencia and the guys that are behind him, they really go to bat for him and say, hey, okay, we conceded the first time. This time around, things are going to be fair, because let's be fair here, right? Gervonta Davis is a great fighter, great boxer, amazing talent, pound for pound talent. We'll never take away what that young man from Baltimore has went on to accomplish and display in his career, because he's done something very awesome in his life, and I give him credit for that. But however, when people start bringing up the fact that there have been a lot of stipulations and there's been a lot of smoke and mirrors, some smoke and mirrors with his career, that's not an unfair point. That's not an unfair point, because he spent the early part of his career not fighting you know, outside of Pedraza, which was a good win, that was a good legitimate win. But I'm saying after they beat Pedraza for the belt, there was no mention of Lomachenko. He fought guys who were super bantamweights and featherweights and dragged them up to 130. Guys like Hugo Ruiz, Jesus Cuellar, them kind of guys. Then when he finally started fighting, you know, some guys that were, you know, somewhat his size, like Yoris Gamboa on one leg, didn't look so good. After the Gamboa fight, he starts doing these rehydration clauses. Ryan Garcia, we know Rolly was weight drained. We know that as it's been revealed recently that Mario Barrios had a rehydration clause but never talked about it during the fight or the build-up because he didn't want to use it as an excuse. So to put it in like the simplest terms, when Tank was bigger than certain fighters, there was no rehydration clauses. There was none of that because he had the physical advantage over fighters. But then once the physical advantages were a bit more even, now all of a sudden he wanted to put all these clauses in contracts. His team, I should say. So for people that don't like Tank, and I'm not one of them because I love Gervonta Davis. I'm a fan. I've been to 3 of his fights. Love watching him fight. Love what he brings to the game. Got nothing bad to say about him. But, however, when people criticize him for these things, these aren't invalid criticisms. Like, these aren't things that you can just throw away, right? So we'll see, man. I hope Ryan gets back on track. I just hope for his sake, like he takes the necessary steps to become the fighter that I know he is inside. He's a better fighter than he showed that night, and he has some things to work on. But yeah, that's the news. They will not do the rematch with Gervonta Davis at 140 unless there is no rehydration clause and things are all the way right. So you know, we'll see how it goes. But that's the news. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about these comments, and let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think Ryan Garcia touches a world title at 140? Let me know about that one. Yeah, leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.